Viste. Don't even know if the new mic gonna be the new mic. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Switch the screen. Yes, please. Sure. Yeah. We'll see how this goes today. Cause yesterday sucked ass. Yes, it did. My tonsils are swollen, and yesterday's episode pissed me off so much. And I've been in the damn studio. I've been in and out of here in my office all day. But I wanted to redo today's show. It wasn't good. So, hopefully the mic sounds better. Anybody that's out there listening, please let me know. We ran tests. Because I was bitching yesterday. I was like, yo, ain't no fucking way we could test it. That's bullshit. I was mad. I was pissed off. I apologize. So I ran different tests. I like the way I sound on this microphone anyway. It's a better microphone for my voice. It has more color to it. And I appreciate the sensitivity in it. At least for me. Anyway, I mean, I hope it sounds, good on your end. I don't want it so close to my face. Oh, shit. See what y'all got me doing? God damn it. Thank you. All right, let's record this show. The song that we're playing today is Xzibit X. I had some jokes. I don't remember not one. So, let's see what happens here. Let me do this one. Let me even see if this will... Oh, that sounds like fun. This is going to be fun. Said New Rory and Mall. They coming back. They coming right back. All right, like I said, the song... Oh, yeah, we're recording a podcast for those who heard this is their first time watching. I don't even know who's out there watching. I don't come on Tuesdays. I just wanted to redo yesterday's show. So, hang in there. You ever done a redo? This is a redo. It's a redo from yesterday's show. When I put my feet in through my shirt because I didn't want to mess up the makeup for the show. It's a redo for that. Enjoy the song. This song still slaps. Slaps. It's Kasabian. Kasabian Lavoe wine. What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Kasabian Lavoe. Welcome to the Kasabian Lavoe Show. Redo. Yesterday's show sucked. So I apologize to the millions and millions of podcast listeners because it's not fair. I'm providing you a service. I'm here to redo yesterday. So welcome to episode 182 like it never happened. We're live from Las Vegas. My name is Kasabian Lavoe. If I didn't already say that, head over to klavoe.com. That's KLAVOE.com. Check out the merch. Check out the music. Stream it. Share it. Let people know, that you listen. That's how this works. Like, that's the best support. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. We're working our way to 150. We're going to get 150 subscribers. So help me get to 150. Like, I don't care how many I get. Like, we're at like 120 something right now. Let's get to 150. That's what I want. And then when we get 160, it's going to be a big deal for whatever we get. And I only say that I don't know what I got because I'm trying not to pay attention to the numbers. But I really want like 1 million followers. Like, because I want to be YouTube famous. No, but dead ass. I'm trying to get to 150. I set small goals. I'm not tripping. Every time somebody follows, I'm blown away. So thank you for following and subscribing. Head over to Popple. Popple is a great partner to the show. Head over to popl.co, not .com, .co, and use Kasabian Lavoe at checkout. I'll save you 20%. And they got so many customizable accessories now that it's pretty dope. It's almost like a legitimate accessory. So go check it out and let them know Kasabian sent you and save you some money. It's a digital business card. You know, in the post-corona world, you really don't want to hand out a business card and somebody's like, ew, did you give, the cooties? And then you're like, no. And then you're trying to do your job, and then they're like, I really don't want to touch your card because it's gross. And you're like, okay, just Popple me. It's cool. You can change your picture. You can give people an experience. It's a great twist to technology. And if you're an entrepreneur, I'm always promoting the entrepreneurs. Please check out Popple. What else? Head over to Kasabian Lavoe TV. I need people to subscribe, like I was saying a couple minutes ago. So just please subscribe. If you're in Las Vegas, where we are, we're having a gas shortage. I don't know why. It's all I know is that there's a gas shortage. There's signs up at gas stations that say that we don't have gas. And if you're a fan of boba tea, you're shit out of luck. There's a boba tea shortage as well. So I really don't know what's going on in Las Vegas. I pretty much think this is the end of the fucking world. There's no boba tea and there's no gas. Now, is this a conspiracy? Does boba tea and gas have something to do with one another? You tell me. You tell me. Tell me in the comments below. That's where you can tell me. Tell me in the comments below. Hold up, I gotta shrinky dink this. And then biggie big this. You know what I'm saying? What else are we talking about? Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor in California. Now, at first I was like, wow, that's interesting because Caitlyn is a Republican. Well, was. I really don't know where she stands. But as far as I know, I thought she was a Republican, which is pretty amazing that you would be able to draw this much attention to the Republican Party just because of, something you did to yourself, right? Like, I just think that the attention that it might bring, if I'm really not even sure where she stands, but if she stands as a Republican, this might be something the Republican Party could use because they need help. I'm not a Republican. I don't believe in the party. I think they're trash. They're like conspiracy chasers. They don't get shit done. They were finally put in a position of power and they couldn't do anything. Like, I'm for the people. Like, it doesn't change. My story's the same. Whatever side gets the shit done, let's get it done, right? I think Caitlyn can actually bring, a conversation to the table and provide a nuance. Like, honestly, there needs to be a rebranding of conservatism. Like, when you say conservative, you think like fat white dude that's a racist, like right away. It always happens. I go, hey, I'm a conservative. And people are like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I'm a conservative. Like, no, you're not. I'm like, I really am. And, if you watch the show, you understand I am. I don't know how to rebrand it. Like, every time you see them trying to rebrand conservatism, especially the new conservatism, it's always like shock jocks. It's never just like a regular degular. I hope I'm not a shock jock. I don't try to be a shock jock. Like, I think I'm bringing legitimate information. I think I put a twist on it, but I mean, I'm not out here just like saying outrageous shit for clicks and views. That's not my purpose. I took a fat dab before the show, so I got cotton mouth. I apologize. But wow, what a rip. That's why my tonsils are swollen. But like I said, I don't know what political party Caitlyn is running on. I think this is interesting. I wonder where Caitlyn is gonna go with this. I'm really, really curious because California to me is a fucking mess and they need so much. First off, anybody that is in politics in California, you should be ashamed of yourself. It is probably one of the worst countries in this one of the worst states in this country. I'll tell you I'm high. It's one of the worst states in this country. Like, you guys overtax your people for no fucking reason. And honestly, I think it's unfair that you would take advantage of people that bring so much money in. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. How about Nancy Pelosi? What a wonderful woman, right? So Nancy Pelosi goes up and has a speech and basically said, thanks George Floyd for sacrificing his life for justice. He sacrificed his life for justice. Like, you know, when you sacrifice yourself, it's usually by choice. Like, his life was taken from him. And I don't think he set out that day to sacrifice himself for fucking justice. Nancy Pelosi obviously cannot read the room. As wonderful of a person that she is, it's pretty honest that she needs help. It's just not good. It's really not good. You said boba's what? It's just... Is it? I don't even know how to pronounce that word. I'm not even going to embarrass myself on TV. Why would I do such a thing? I'll never spell live. Guess what? You couldn't pay me. You could donate now and watch how much it'll take that I'll never... Hey, have you guys heard of Jewell Jones? He's a Michigan rep. He got pulled over DUI and he threatened the cops. He was like, yo, I'm in charge of budgets. I know the governor. Like, I don't want this problem with me. Like, he was flashing on the police officers. He was in the wrong. This is great. And he goes, I'm a black man in America. You know what I go through? And they're like, dog, like, you are boss. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, look up Jewell Jordan and watch his Jewell Jones. Unique, New York. Jewell Jones. Look up Jewell Jones. That video is fucking hilarious. I'm gonna start doing the video thing, but we're gonna do that on Saturdays. Just wanted to bring that up. But Jewell Jones is that was great. He was like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm in charge of budgets. You know what I'm gonna do to you? Like, he was so mad. He was so mad. And it was so funny because he was wrong. If you wanted to get your Johnson vacuna, head over there because it's back. So if you didn't know, now you know. I really don't know what happened. They just said, okay, we're going to use it again. So the JJ's back, everybody. Go get your JJ. Now, I wanted to use this show to talk about all the YouTube things that are going on because I feel like my audience is a bit older, but we do have kids. And I find it interesting that every time I start to dig into this whole YouTube shit, I realize that these are people that my kids watch, and I get more and more interested in them because I want to know why my kids follow these people, right? Like, it's just curiosity, right? Like, I'm a curious person, so I want to know why or what the hell's going on. So this is going to be my YouTube segment, and we're going to talk about David Dobrik. He looks like Ellen or some shit. Jeff Wittek, who had an accident where he blew his whole face off. And then EPD 445, which stands for eating... What? Is that what it really stands for? Eating the pussy. He plays video games for kids, and he was just caught messaging a 13-year-old. So these are the people that are entertaining our children. Eating the pussy 445. Eating the pussy 445, who was caught and apparently confessed to talking to minors 5 times. And he said he should go to jail when he was confronted. They caught him. Let me give you some backstory. So this guy, EDP445, plays video games online, has a weird page where he does all types of weird shit, and kids think it's funny. So he's a lonely old fat man who's an incel, basically, and has a really hard time in life, which many people do. So I understand. I'm not mad at him for having a hard time in life. I'm mad at him for not seeking help. You're a sick piece of shit. We're going to dig into you. So this weirdo plays games and shit and attracts a bunch of kids to his fucking channel, because that's basically what it is, right? So he has the mentality of a child. All he does is childlike shit. He's not around adults. He's obviously just not an adult. He's talking to kids sexually. Children, 13-year-olds. And I'm sorry, YouTube, don't ban me for this, but this conversation needs to be had, because as a parent that has 13-year-olds, that has 10-year-olds, that has 3-year-olds, that has 18-year-olds, I am not okay with this 40-something-year-old incel talking to 13-year-old little girls and then saying that he wants to do things to them. I lost it. I had a hard time learning what he did. Like, there's a whole video of this EDP guy's thread with a 13-year-old. Luckily, it wasn't a 13-year-old. It was a page that does like that dude where he sets up the basket of cookies and goes, hey, I'm not 13. And the guy's like, oh my God, it's Chris Hansen. I think that's who it is, right? So it's like the Instagram version of that. They caught this dude, and it's pretty fucking nasty. You know, I get on these like trips into these YouTube fallouts because I'm always curious as to what damages these people's career because it's something so new. Like TV, they figured out TV, right? We give you 3 months worth of a show, we can take off 6 months or 9 months and come back and hit you again for 3 months, right? On YouTube and the internet in general, if you're not on every single day, you can't hold an audience. I don't think that's fair. Like, as a creator, I want to be able to create and give you quality. That's why I'll come back and redo a show if I don't think it's good, because what's the point of putting it out? But I don't want to be, you know, locked into continuously every single day creating and giving you subpar material, giving you subpar me. And then I don't want to dive into my life and make it like the whole Kasabian's like, no, there's shit you don't need to know. Respectfully, right? So how do I balance that out? I don't know. We're going to learn. We're going to see what happens if I take a month off. I'm not going to. But let's see what happens if I change up and I stop one thing and start another thing. Like, well, we'll see. But, you know, going through these stories, I start learning about like this David Dobrik guy. My kids watch him too. Now, my kids didn't watch that EDP dude. Like, I don't play that shit. That shit was weird as fuck. But David, yes, my kids do watch David Dobrik, or my daughter did. And she found out about him being a weirdo. I asked her, I said, hey, did you hear about some shit that happened with some girls and David Dobrik? Now, David wasn't necessarily the person that did it himself. I saw the whole thing. From what it is from this guy David, man, it looks like he had a great idea, but he's basically a fucking douchebag that made too much money, and then he basically manipulates everybody around him to make fun of them and make videos basically just ruining people's lives. Like, it's pretty fucking gross what he did. He convinced a guy that he was kissing a girl, and it was a young kid. Come to find out, he was kissing some 45-year-old man. Like, that's pretty fucked up. Some girl they brought to the house got completely shit-faced, and supposedly things happened that was against her. I think she wasn't even conscious. She was out cold, she said. I mean, basically non-consensual things happened. This guy basically uses his friends as puppets, and I don't think that shit's cool. I think it's pretty fucked up that anybody has to do. Like, like Jackass did it perfectly. This guy is just a jackass. Like, he's a dickhead. He's not really doing anything to help these people, but he's one of those guys that was successful, made a shitload of money, gives out money, he's always giving shit. So people love people like that. And he had that weird soft face where he's like not aggressive, but he's a man. But, you know, you look at him and you go, I guess I'd let him babysit my dog. But watching this David dude go through his stuff, I discovered some other dude. His name is Jeff Wittek, right? He's a barber from New York and apparently had like a shitty fucking background. The kid comes out of everything, meets this David dude, and becomes like a personality. He has a YouTube show. I haven't watched it. I refuse to watch it. I will watch it, but just not yet. I really don't want to. So he was in an accident. Excuse me. Come to find out, the accident was with David. David was doing some weird fucking vlog shit that he does, and he wanted everybody to come over there and vlog it up with him. So this professional, he gets a track hoe, picks up his friends and spins them around the lake. Now listen, I was in construction for some time. I have a lot of friends. We've done it over dirt professionally. These are just dummies that didn't know what the fuck they were doing. It doesn't take a genius to know centrifugal force. When you're spinning and you stop abruptly, whatever's on the end of it's going to stop abruptly too. So long story short, he hooked up his buddy to a rope to the end of the backhoe, and he's spinning it, and his boy spins out of control and slaps into the side of the backhoe, breaking his face, his eyes hanging out. Then he flops down and sits they're in a lake that's about a foot deep because they're not in a deep spot of the lake, and the dude's head's dangling in the fucking water. It's pretty gross. It's a pretty gross video. And then the dude goes on and does a whole documentary about being in an accident and how he doesn't want to talk about being in an accident. I don't understand what the fuck is the whole thing. Like, there's no vulnerability in talking about being in an accident. I don't know. Is there? Am I wrong for that? Can somebody give me some clarity? Like, I've talked about my accidents. I had 2 accidents back to back, 2 weeks apart, and I think I'm still damaged from them. Excuse me, mentally, my nose itches. I'm not right. My anxiety and my stress got worse after those fucking accidents. Like, things ain't been the same since all that bullshit. I was hit twice hard and completely like I didn't even know what was going on, yo. 2 weeks apart. I'll never forget it. And I talked about it right away because I was like, yo, I'm not well. I'm not well. Like, my social anxiety is so high. I got more I was able to express myself and get it out of me. Like, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's like watching somebody say that being in an accident and speaking about it is they don't want to be that vulnerable worries me, because I'm like, what's the vulnerability? Like, it was something that was out of your hands. You survived it. And although it's traumatic, I don't see how, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It helped me to talk about it. I was very happy to get it off my chest because I was like, holy shit, bro. I don't like driving in the afternoons. I don't like driving at all during the day. I'd rather just get my driver to drive me. I don't want to do shit anymore during the day. It just bothers the fuck out of me. I hate the whole idea of it. And I was honest. I'm like, yo, I love cars, but I'm over it. Like, I just don't want to fucking deal with it. Sorry, not for me anymore. One day I'll get better. I don't know. It fucked me up. It really fucked me up. Like, you don't even know. Well, I mean, I guess I'll talk about it, but the idea to say that I'm it's a vulnerable thing I don't want to talk about. No. Yeah, I understand. In the chat, they said some people don't like telling their business. I understand, but see, that was the point that I was making. When do we get to turn it on and turn it off? Because the biggest downfall in these creators' career is when they stop giving things up, when they shell themselves out. But I think that being in an accident in that fashion, like, my biggest issue was that David dude was the reason that happened, and he almost died from that bullshit. And he was like, yo, I really hated him, but I don't want to sue him. I don't want to this. I'm like, I'm not saying sue him and get money. Like, I don't know what their relationship is as far as all that is. All I'm saying is that it's okay to have, I don't know. See, that's when I feel like you just got to talk. Like, it's okay to have resentment towards somebody. Like, if you mad at him for what he did, that's okay. Like, I don't like that people aren't allowed to not be happy. Like, it's a fucking human fucking trait. Like, it's okay to not be happy. There's this weird fucking stigma. Like, Kevin Hart does it, and it bothers the fuck out of me. Wait, what? Yeah, I get it. I understand. But I mean, the people that I'm talking about, by the way, are YouTubers who have dedicated their lives to giving up so much information that they can't turn it back. So it's like, what's the fine fucking tuning? Where do you dial this shit in at? That's where it all led me to. Like, I was just curious to know if my kids knew who these people were, because I thought they were fucking, one of them was nasty, the other one's a fucking douchebag, and then one of them, I just didn't understand his story. I feel bad for the kid. I guess he's very, very talented. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna give him a chance. I want to check him out. I just don't like watching people's stuff because I don't want to like watch somebody's idea and then, subconsciously I think I came up with something, because that can possibly happen. Whatever, yo. Yeah, that was it. My thing is, it's I don't think it's healthy to go through something and then say that the reason you don't want to talk about it is because of vulnerability, because I just don't think that's what that is. It's not vulnerable. And it's okay not to like somebody. Like, trust me, you can not like somebody and live just fucking fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's okay to be mad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy. Like, don't ever be conflicted with your feelings. Like, live in your feelings. Like, that's another part of being able to control your feelings. People seem to forget to talk about is just understand your feelings and live in them. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But the accident's fucking gnarly. The dude's name is Jeff Wittek. Look it up, on YouTube. Like I said, on Saturdays, I'm going to start running videos in the corners and stuff like those other channels, I guess. We're going to try it. I don't know. Let me know if y'all like it. And, it'll be a different experience for the visual, not necessarily for the podcast. So it will be a little repetitive if you do watch the show, because we're going to run over things that we talked about during the week. I just want to do little videos and reactions, and Mandy's going to be joining me on these. So we're going to have some fun doing that. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be fun. And now we don't know about doing the Patreon. See, Apple's offering things. There's so many opportunities and ventures out here that's really hard to say that I want to go to one place. I want to make it as easy as possible. Like, if Apple let me do video too, it's a wrap. I'll just tell everybody to go to my iTunes. You'll never have to leave my iTunes. You go to iTunes, you can see my music, my book, my shows, my videos. I think that'd be perfect. And if you want exclusive content, you pay a monthly subscription and we give you exclusive content. Like, that shit's dope. Like, if we could do that, I would love to do that. That's definitely something I want to do. And I'm keeping my ear to the ground and we're keeping our options open. I really don't want to start sending people over to a Patreon. I think it's hard enough to get people to klavoe.com just to go check out the stuff. So let's see what we're able to come up with and what we're able to work the fuck out. Well, there's more. Well, somebody in the chat said that means you have to download iTunes. No, you don't have to download iTunes. You would have to download Apple Podcast. Working on the album right now. New singles coming. Talking to the chat. Sorry, pod. My issue with not going with Apple is that there's more iPhones in the world than Android phones, and I get listened to more on Apple. I don't know. It's exclusivity. Yeah, I know. I knew you'd be the one to get mad at that, but that's okay. That's okay. It's all good, bro. I'm trying to figure it out. I guess Patreon would be the happy medium. What do y'all think? Talk to me. Is Patreon the happy medium? Would y'all prefer to get exclusive content at Patreon? Like, would y'all want to do that? Head over to the Patreon and we'll do a couple tiers. Like, we could do one tier where you get one episode a month for like $4, a $10 or $15 tier where I do like a full 2 shows a month. Yeah, it wasn't Android. That's hilarious. You see, now we're going to start beefing the fucking chat. We'll figure it out. But all I'm saying is that I'm afraid to start a Patreon because starting a Patreon means I'm on a job. Like, I have to provide content accordingly. And I definitely don't want to provide the same content. I was going to do OnlyFans. I had a whole OnlyFans thing. Yeah, episodes are free. That's not what I'm doing on Patreon. On Patreon, it's going to be a whole nother exclusivity. We're able to even talk differently on Patreon because there's no censorship. So like we'd be able to have like conversations. The Patreon would be different. It wouldn't be the Kasabian Lavoe Show. Patreon would be interviews. The Patreon would be exclusive videos, exclusive music, behind the scenes. I have a series I'm working on for my album. Since Rio's asking, you'll start to see the creation of the album. I want to sell that. I don't want that to be free. So that'll be on Patreon. Unless Apple lets me do video. I don't know. We'll see. But Patreon seems to be the happy medium. OnlyFans was definitely something I wanted to do. 25 seems like a lot, bro. I don't think I'm worth 25. Sorry. Like, I know what I'm worth. I'm just not. I can't do that to people. I don't feel like $25 a month for my shit. That's crazy. I don't know. I believe in myself, but damn, I'm not going to rob nobody. Like, value's value. I think $10 a month is a lot. I think $10 a month for, so you would get, what, 10 episodes a month? So $1 an episode, $1.50 per episode or per upload. And that's the thing. Do I charge more for videos? Because video does cost more to make. You see what I'm saying? Like these things that, I got to figure out. But no worries. We're going to figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm going to go play video games with my friends. My name is Kasabian. Live in the moment. Don't live in the past. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Be safe. Stay dangerous. Live